Most high achieving women don't realize that the way that they try to solve their money problems is the same thing that might be keeping them feeling unstable. For example, if your only solution when you're experiencing slow income is to work harder, push more, do more, you might be training your system to feel unsafe with more. My name's Ruth Duran. I'm a certified life coach, master coach trained, an MBA, and I help immigrant businesswomen create the life and the business of their dreams without working any harder or longer than they need to, without the overworking and exhaustion that comes with the work harder narrative. And so today I want to teach you that when you are believing that your solution to your problems is just to work harder, you will cost yourself a lot of time, energy, and effort and peace. You see, we're taught by the bro culture that we just need to work harder. And if we just work harder, then we'll create the income, the safety, the success, everything we want. We're just told, just do 10 times more than what you're doing. If you want better results, just 10x what you're doing. The problem is not that my clients are not working hard. The problem is that they're doing things that are not going to move the income forward. They're doing things that are going to stall their income. And so if you're telling them to do 10 times what they're already doing, it's not going to create what they want. So for example, if they're posting 10 times a day on social media and not getting any contracts and not getting any traction, telling them to 10x that is only going to get them more frustrated and exhausted and not create what they want. And so what I help my clients to do is when results slow down, to approach it very, very differently and not approach it with the old bro coaching mentality of you just double down and you just do more. And so what I help my clients do is understand what is currently creating the results that they have and why just taking on more clients with the current structure is not going to lead to more of the success and happiness and peace that you want. Or why working longer hours with the same type of thoughts, feelings, and actions is not going to get you more of what you want. For example, a lot of my clients are stuck in cycles where they're fixing problems that are not even theirs. They're taking on responsibility of emotions and actions and things, structures that are not even theirs. And so telling them to do more, work more hours, only leads to exhaustion and burnout. And so we have to make sure that we're fixing the right problems, not fix more problems, fix the right problems. So sometimes my clients will say, well, I'm doing 10 things, and we evaluate and we then come up with what are the 10 things they should be doing. Or they're working 10 hours a week, and the question becomes, what are they using those 10 hours for? Because if we just double down and do more, we will not create what we want. And so I help my clients be able to identify what are they saying yes to? What problems are they fixing? Whose responsibility are they carrying? What are they actually doing in the actual working time that they're doing? Whose emotions are they working on? Whose emotional labor and physical labor are they solving? And so when we look at what are you thinking, what are you feeling, and what are you doing to create your current results, we want to look at what do we need to think, what do we need to feel, what do we need to do, which is very different. And so bro coaching will say, just do more, just work harder, just fix more, and whatever we do will only reinforce the fact that our thoughts, feelings, and actions are not in alignment to create what you want. And so my clients will spend a lot of their time spending the time thinking, oh, I just need to create more clients. I just need to work longer hours. I just need to fix more problems. I just need to say yes faster. I just need to carry more emotional labor. I just need to be responsible for more. And I always help them identify are those the right actions for creating what you want. And so they do this not because somebody made them do it. They do it because they were taught that pushing was going to work. A lot of my clients have degrees. And so they went to school, and their solution when were in school or when they're in corporate America is work harder, do more, study longer. And so they think that the pushing is going to work because it worked at one point, but it doesn't work now. And so when most advice, especially bro coaching, teaches us that we just need to work harder, it misses a very important part. Working harder from pressure does not create safety. Working harder from not good enough does not create the feeling of good enough. Working harder from unsafe does not create the feeling of safety. It actually creates more unsafety. If you don't feel safe to be seen, heard, or understood, and you just double down and 10x what you're doing, you're going to only create a dysregulated nervous system that really is avoiding being seen, heard, or understood. And it also will create urgency, fear of losing what you currently have, pressure to maintain what you currently have, and exhaustion and sometimes burnout. And so what we want to do is we want to, for your income to grow, we want to make sure that your capacity grows with it. Who you are grows with it. And if your capacity doesn't grow with it because you're just doing more and working harder and working longer hours, earning 100K will feel like how 10K felt. And that's not enough, not stable, not safe, and not sustainable. So my clients, when they approach it, they just work harder, they keep pushing. And when they come to me, they're exhausted. And when we push from pressure, nothing changes the feeling of pressure. And so we want to approach it very differently. When we start if the solution is just work harder, you will be more exhausted than when you started out. So if this sounds familiar, take my quiz and identify what's quietly driving your overworking and overfunctioning. It's because once you identify that, you can approach it very differently and think differently, feel differently, and definitely do something different to create the result, the income, and the success that you want. Love my support? Take my quiz and have a blessed day. Bye.